Christmas is ruined. What it is basically my grandma died last night, talking to me on the phone apparently. What it was is she was found this morning with the phone next to her ear. There's still the dial tone and everything, you know. And apparently I was the last one to talk to her. I was on the phone for a good couple hours. I don't remember her not saying goodbye. That's the weird thing. I must have just hung up. I must have just been talking, and I'm getting all this flack from the whole family. You know, what did you say? What you stressing her out with all your conspiracy theories? And I said I wasn't talking about any of my conspiracy. I was talking about ISIS and the threat to Britain, and you know. And she is worried about her grandchildren, the future of the country, and she's, you know, mildly racist anyway, so that sort of thing frightens her no end. But it seems like I've talked her to death, you know, which is annoying and not great for the confidence. But I don't think I deserve the flack I'm getting, frankly. And you know, Dad's told me to just sort of stay. Mum's still in bed crying, and Dad's just said stay down here and, you know, wait till it all sort of calms down. To be fair, she's pretty old, and I'm of the opinion that, you know, when your time comes, so I can't really be blamed for it. It's just annoying because I was really looking forward to like being grateful this year for her gift, because last year, annoyingly, it was a silly thing, but basically I'd had a series of really bad presents. I'd had a pen that you can write in space with. I'm in my mid-20s. I've given no indication to anyone that I'm ever going to end up in space. I don't have the GCSEs, frankly, let alone anything beyond that. And even if I was to go in space, I'd use a pencil. Anyway, I got that. Then I got an IQ test thing, which I could just do for free on the internet. And then I got a belt, and this is the thing that just really got to me. So I kicked up a fuss. I said, "Who's got me a present? What a ridiculous present! What a thoughtless present! I don't need, give me the cash. Where's the excitement and romance and Christmas if you're giving me a belt?" Anyway, I then opened the next gift, and it was from Grandma, and it was also a belt. So that was embarrassing, and she was already crying. My grandpa was calling me an ungrateful git. And I was saying, no, this isn't, because it was a skateboarding belt. I said, no, this is a skateboarding belt. This is different. This is fine. No, this is really good. Thanks. Never skateboarded in my life. Frankly, it's her fault for not doing the research. But I knew it was annoying because I now don't have the opportunity to. I was really looking forward to being super grateful, regardless of the present. But obviously that can't happen now. And I was even maybe going to get her one, but the year's not gone brilliantly, so that probably wasn't going to happen. It's just annoying. The whole season's annoying. I have to share a bedroom with my brother and my cousins. My brother's younger than me, but he's got a six-pack, a tan, a girlfriend, a good job. He gets sort of nice little presents from her and rings her on Christmas Day. Plus he's on the bed. I have to sleep on the floor with a 9-year-old cousin. So their parents are like super rich. So they get like PlayStation games, cool toys in their stockings. My mum's just given up on stockings, frankly. I get sort of wrapped up Satsumas and batteries and toothbrushes that I'm pretty sure have been used, I said, Mum, it's like, why are we? Everyone else has got decent stockings. Why don't you make me a decent stocking? She says, "You're a grown man. You're a grown man. Sort yourself out. For heaven's sake, I'm your mother." But this goes on and on and on and on. And basically, my point is that if I'm coming back for Christmas, she needs to put the effort into to maintain the traditions that I'm used to. I don't feel like that's asking too much, but anyway. It's a difficult time of year anyway for me, because about 4 years ago I got in a car crash, quite a bad car crash around Christmas time, where my friend was driving and it was coming out of church and she skidded on this patch of ice and did like 3 rotations and then quite badly bumped into another car, and we shattered the back headlight, and that guy got cross, and the whole thing was a harrowing, spinning around thinking that you're going to die is, leaves an emotional long-term scar, I would say. And I meet up with them all every Christmas, and to be honest, they all act like they don't even remember it, but I can tell deep down that they're affected by it, and I don't. It's like sort of soldiers not wanting to talk about war. I do understand that some people struggle to talk about brushes with death. So anyway, look, essentially my point is my gran's dead and it's my fault. And what else? Just I guess Merry Christmas, really. Have a good one.